So I stopped recording video number 1. This is video number 2. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I primarily wanted to just let you know about what I've done in the last 4.5, 5 years. I get a lot of questions, people asking whether you are freelancing, do you provide services? So I just wanted to recap on that a little bit. I quit Amazon, my full-time, high-paying, super huge, I would say the company was super huge, corporate job. 4.5 years ago. So it's like I quit in March 2018 and now it's um, March 2023. So it's actually 5 years, and it'll be like I will be having that date soon when it was my last working day there. And ever since I quit my job, I started by skill building first, because I did not build a side hustle. I did not do anything while I was in my full-time job. I was fully there. And essentially after I quit, I started my research with what I wanted to do, took some time, took some real good education from certain mentors of the industry that I was interested in, which was digital marketing. I learned the skill set of graphics, design, of sales funnel building, conversion copy, running ads, running social media platforms, utilizing content to the fullest. So these were some of the arenas that I started getting more information on from my mentor and my coach, who's from Florida. And after that, I got my first paying gig. Like I did experiment with a couple of people, with collaborations with some friends, some known people, in which I just practiced my skill set and used their ad spend, but I did not charge for my services. So I got my first paying gig, I would say, in October. I delivered on the project by 1st November. Like it was a month-on-month retainer, but the first month was essentially a trial. So I worked with the client, we provided social media marketing services, charged a meager sum of rupees 10,000 for it. And I got my first payment on 1st November 2018 for the same. So when I quit in March, I took like 2 good months to research first as to what I wanted to do. I realized I had that privilege to do that. A lot of people don't. They like having more security and planning things beforehand. That is particularly definitely your call. I never recommend that, quit your job and then decide. It was different for me because of certain personal reasons also. I would share some of them later, probably someday, with you guys. But when I had quit, I was not sure of what I wanted to do. I had also gotten calls from certain IMs. I cleared the interviews as well, but I chose not to join. Again, a story for another day. If you want to know more about the IM story, like my IM story, how I got in, why did I decide to not go, even though I wanted to do MBA. Like that was the goal that I had in mind when I just graduated from my engineering college. I wanted to work with Amazon for a couple of years and then do my MBA, then work in the corporate, and then eventually start something of my own. That was the ideal plan in my mind. But entrepreneurship happened too soon for me, and I'm literally glad that it did. Like it happened when it happened. It was not my plan, but it happened very organically. And I will share that story later someday with you. Let me know if you need more, if you want me to share that. And but like cut to where I was. So basically March to June, I was doing that. I researched on what I wanted to do. I wanted to be sure about the mentor that I wanted to invest in, because it was a high ticket investment and I had my savings. I had to take up some loan also to manage some things, because I would want, like, I was living alone and I wanted to ensure that I meet my expenses while I invest in this mentor, and I'm able to sustain even without paying clients for at least a couple of months. So I took a loan out as well. And other than that, I invested in this mentor. I did my research first, the entire like I would say March end I quit, so May and June I took to do that. And I still remember, I think July 9th was the date that I started working with this mentor. That is back in 2018. And even though, like, with the skill set that I was learning, I could start earning even faster, but I did not want to jump the gun and really be really good at what I was going to provide as a service. So I like immersed myself into skill building with the mentor, and otherwise from so many resources available online as well. So July, August, September, October was all about that for me. I did some work also during this trial period, but not as in not paying work. I was, or like very low cost, or I think mostly if it was paid only was the ad spend, and I was not charging anything for the services. Likewise with design, with copy, I used to experiment a lot. I used to practice a lot, and I used to do this free work for people just to practice my skill set. And like, they were not saying that they did not want to pay me. It was just that I asked them, like, this is something I'm doing, I would love to experiment this on your business. And the charges, I myself never put them forth, which is not something now I teach people how they should go about it. But I was a beginner, an absolute amateur, and whatever I felt, even though I had a mentor, this wise, whatever I felt money wise, I just took that call. And like I said, in October, I started working with my first paid client. And back then, I did not work in this way that, you pay me first and then I will do the month's work. This is how I recommend we go with things today. But that time, it was like through a connection, so I could trust the client. And I worked my month one with them, and happily I got my first payment as a freelancer, which was a full cash payment of rupees 10,000 rupees INR on 1st November. That is the day that I officially feel that I started my business, because I got my first payment. And that's the reason I celebrate my business's birthday every year on that day, that is 1st November. And we'll be turning 5 years old this November, which still has a couple of months to go. So that is how it began for me. After my first month, I can go deeper, but essentially I wanted to let you know that as a freelancer, after those like 5-6 months, I earned nothing. I started 10,000 month one, I think 10-15,000 in between. That month two was there, which was December, like 1st December I got this payment. Then I made about 25,000 the next month, 50,000 the next month, and straight away 1,10,000 the next month. So it kind of grew very steeply for me, because I started providing other services as well. I started onboarding other clients as well. And like within the first 5 months, I had to onboard some designers so that I could take up more work and like outsource some part of it. The strategy was with me, the captions were with me, the hashtags, the SEO, the posting, the management was with me. I just outsourced graphics because I felt that some other people out there can do that better than me. And if they are doing that, I can actually take up more work and grow my business. So that was the strategy that I had then. And I will check upon the dates as well, but I feel about 5 months into the business, I got my first freelancer on board as a subcontractor for design, and 6 months another one. So I had two separate designers, because I had like about 5-6 clients till then related to social media specifically. The funnel work was separate, but this was with social media. And to ensure that I have stability on that ground for all my clients, I worked with two separate designers, three on one project, two on one project, so that one on three projects and one on 2 or 3 different projects, so that I, even if one of them was not available, I could get SOS work done and everything was balanced. So this is how we began back in 2018. And we grew really fast, first as a freelancer and then as an agency. In the first 2 years, we had done loads of work. 2018, 2019, even 2020, I was working as an agency. 2021, we made a different decision, but partly we were serving clients till they wanted our support, even when we had decided to change our path absolutely from there and venture into coaching and consulting. So I just wanted to share this because a lot of people feel that, I'm into freelancing, I started learning, but I'm not earning anything. That is because you are in the learning phase. And like I said, April, May, June, July, August, September, 6 months after I quit my job, I had no income source, absolutely. And the first 2 months actually I had taken for the skill set. So even if I consider other than that, I still had 4 good months wherein I was just immersing myself into the skill set and not doing anything else. Like not particularly doing paid gigs. And I know it's difficult because I was habitual of getting a lot of money in my bank account every single month for the last 1 year when I was working with such a dream company with a dream role. It was paying me more than double, triple of what an average engineer from a good college like mine makes. So it was a dream role. I was habitual of that salary mark. And when it stopped coming, it really hit me hard and it was difficult. And I had so many moments of fears, self-doubts in those couple of months. And even after, I get those today as well. It's because I think we are like that as individuals. It's just that at different points in life, we have different doubts on ourselves. And gradually, I feel you learn to work on them as well. But I just wanted to share with you this because I do get people coming from this perspective of we are not making any money. And I made like my first lakh, I think 6 months of not making anything, then 10, 15, 25, 50, and that was like fifth or sixth month after I started getting paid clients. So it was almost a year after I started making money, not even making money, almost a year after I quit my job, did I make my first 1 lakh. 11th month, I guess it was like that. But that happened pretty soon because I grew from 10, 15, 25, 50 to straight away 1 lakh. That happened because the first 6 months I was just building that foundation of my skill set. So I'm not saying that if you're starting now you need to wait. Even in the first 2 months itself you can start making some money, because now I know what mistakes I did, what I could supercharge, how I could change and structure things differently. And that's what I teach inside my programs, that's what I teach inside my 101 coaching or freelance growth accelerator for that matter. But this video is just for you to know that sometimes it takes time and it's okay. What's more important is that you're focused on where you want to go. Even if it comes a month later, like if something is supposed to come to you next month in April and it delays and comes in May, it is still going to come. You need to be patient with it, and you need to be focused on the things that are important and are at hand, which is your skill set. Because if you are not good, you will be able to sell, but you will not be able to retain anyone, nor get referrals, not make a name for yourself in your industry. And that is all I would want to say. Mark my words, to make your name, to give brilliant results, to get referrals and to retain clients, to build a solid business, not just like get a few good gigs and then get out. Because sales is still easier than, I would say, learning, becoming really good at what you do and delivering on those things. So those are my 2 cents. I just felt like sharing because I was seeing a lot of people going through that rabbit hole of it's third month, I'm not earning a lot, I'm just making 20,000. That is pretty good money you're making if you just started 3 months back without a skill set. So trust yourself, trust your higher power if you believe in one, or the universe if you believe in one, or just yourself. If you don't believe in anyone else, you believe in yourself. Trust yourself that that is going to happen, but you need to give it time. And you need to put your 100% or more than 100% in immersing yourself in truly becoming the expert that you claim to be online. Nothing else to add there. I'll see you.